Hey folks, welcome back to the Metal Mill 52 channel. Most of my videos I start out in the workshop, and I'm talking about a workshop project that I've made. As you can see now, we're in the kitchen, and I'll intersperse some old segments in this one, but bottom line is we used to have a microwave right here, and we replaced it with this new hood, and it left some repair work that needed to be done on the wall and painting. Get my hand going the right way. These inside these cabinets, because I had painted them years ago, and so this video will show touching those up basically from scratch, as well as touching up the lower cabinets, which are a dark gray color, and it came out really nice. This is also, if you hadn't seen, I did an original set of videos 4 years ago when I painted these cabinets, and people have been asking me to do a follow-up, like to explain, how has the paint held up and am I pleased with it. So long story short, this is Insul-X Brand, INSUL-X brand cabinet paint that I bought at my local Benjamin Moore store, and they custom mixed these colors for me. The top cabinet color is a Sherwin-Williams match, extra white it's called, and the bottom color is a Kentwood charcoal, I think is the name of it. You'll see in this video a picture of that. So hope you enjoy this, and for those of you that are considering painting your kitchen cabinets, I'd highly recommend the Insul-X paints, and they've held up well for 4 years and they're easy to touch up. So hope you enjoy this video. Hey everybody, welcome back to Metal Mill. Okay, here's the results of the first coat. I got a little bit better coverage on this side than I did on the other, a little less streaky, but the whole idea is to put down a base coat. This paint is very sticky, and if you're brushing especially, you don't want to like rebrush, go back and forth. It's a little bit, it's not polyurethane, but it applies the same way. You want to keep one direction, keep a wet edge, and just move steadily across. So that's a good first coat anyway. It don't look like that much, but I'm gonna let it dry for 3 to 4 hours, come back this evening and put the final coat on, hopefully this evening. Here's the area after the second coat of primer. I'll let the first one dry for 3 to 4 hours, and now I'll let this dry overnight and put the top coat on tomorrow. You can see there's a little bit of see-through. Doesn't have perfect coverage, but it'll give the bonding surface that it's needed for the top coat. One thing I forgot to point out before is this is the Insul-X paint that is specially made for cabinets. Of course, you can't see the label very well anymore, but my local Benjamin Moore store actually they matched this color. This is a Sherwin-Williams paint color. That's the code number, and it's extra white, so it actually matched something that my wife had in mind for these cabinets. So here it is after 2 coats of primer and 1 coat of top coat on either side of this. And while I was at it, I did touch up some of the cabinet edges that had gotten a little scratched up, and it was very easy to touch up, and it looks good. Very nice finish overall with the white and the gray on the bottom. The gray ones have held up pretty well too. There's a couple of places that might need a little touch up, but pretty simple to do. So I'll bring you back. I'm going to stir this up, and this is, like I pointed out before, this is 4-year-old paint, and it's stood up really well. So I just stir it real good, like 100 times, and then put the top coat on, and we're good to go. Okay, and keeping up with my update, my 4-year update, here's a couple of my shop helpers. Here, they came out to check out. They heard the whine of the electric powered drill, so they want to see what's going on. But everything is held up super well. You can see the surfaces of these cabinets here. Okay, except the little chocolate one wants to come over and help some more. The one area, this door and this drawer, this is our silverware drawer, and this is obviously the door for where we keep the garbage. This probably gets several hundred openings a day by hand, and the paint has definitely worn off there, and it's scraped a little bit off of here where people stand at the sink. Some of that just might need to be cleaned, yeah. So anyway, what I'm about to do right now is to take this door off, because I'm gonna have to put a lot of paint on it to touch it up, and I want to let it just dry so I can unscrew these hinges, take this off, and take it out in the garage and show you that. But I did want to show, I mean, overall, this paint has held up super well. And there's the one side of the charcoal, and the white one's on top. And here is while I'm doing this, I mean, here's where I just painted, where we put the hood in, and I painted the Sherwin-Williams extra white matched Insul-X paint. This is the second coat on there, and to me it looks fantastic. So really pleased with this paint overall. The paint cost me like $300 and you know, it was a relatively short project. There's plenty of paint left over, so let me unscrew the door, I'll take it out, and I'll show it to you, the touch-up process. Here's the door, cleaned and ready. I sprayed it with some ammonia-based cleaner, wiped it off with a wet rag, just with water, and then a clean dry rag here to get it ready. And after I took the door off, I noticed that it was scraped up in a lot of other spots, not just this part here. So I decided to paint the whole door, both inside and out. Might as well, it'll only take a few extra minutes to do it, and it'll look nice. I do have plenty of paint. This is what I was talking about. This is the Insul-X paint that I got from my Sherwin-Williams dealer, and they also matched the color that my wife wanted for the lower cabinets. It's called Kendall Charcoal, and they put some extender in it. Mind you, this is 4 years ago, and this paint it's thick, but it still stirs and looks good. So very excited about it. You can see what the finished looks like. It's really amazing. Acrylic paint, urethane acrylic satin. It's pretty glossy for a satin, but it's amazing paint. So, and if you missed my original series, here's the board I made. I used old-fashioned roofing nails and duct tape to make little points to support the doors while I was painting them. I took most of them apart, but I did save this one for future touch-ups. So pretty easy paint device. I'll show you in a minute. Here's after the first coat. This is just a few minutes after I just shot the last segment showing the cleanup. So I've got it laying down on the little pincushion mat, so to speak. It looks a little irregular now because it goes on really shiny, but as you saw on the inside shots, it dries a little bit more satin. So my plan is just let this harden over a little bit, dry for, I don't know, hour or two, and then I'll flip it over and put the first coat of touch-up on the other side, and then repeat the process tomorrow or later this afternoon. So it has two coats. While I was at it, I decided to take this drawer out and touch it up too. And this is the silverware drawer, and it gets dozens of uses every day. I mean, hundreds and hundreds. So over 4 years, the amount of times it's been grabbed right there is probably in the thousands or 10,000. So it really is not looking bad for so much abuse, and there's tons of paint left. So I just cleaned it off just like I did the drawer, and I'll go ahead and recoat the whole thing with the small paintbrush. Here's the redone door and the part that was all scratched up. So it's easy to recoat, and to me it looks very nice. I'll remount this in just a minute. Okay, there we have it. There's the repaired door and drawer front. Everything's reinstalled and looking good. So that's the color is Kendall Charcoal, and it's the Insul-X brand of cabinet paint. Poodle approved. Easy to touch up. 4 years later, stuff is kept up really good, and Really pleased with it, so highly recommend it.